Right then, so it actually looks like we're getting a nice bit of weather. So one of the jobs I want to try and do today is cut back this comfrey. It's taking over this area now. I know that it's not spreading because it is a bocking 14, but there's only 3 little plants planted in the back here. It's collapsed all down to here. Zoom out a bit. It's collapsed all the way back to here and all the way down to over there, which is nearly at the end of that bed. So I'm going to cut this back, and instead of putting it all in one of the bigger barrels and steeping it in water, I'm actually going to have a go at doing it more concentrated form like Terry King does. But because I haven't got a spare big barrel at the moment, I'm going to try and see if I can get as much as I can into this barrel, which has got a tap on the bottom. This is the one from the other polytunnel which I had for water but never used. So I'm going to try and get as much as I can in there, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to cut it all back, put it all down on the grass here and go over it with the lawnmower. Now, I have spoken to Terry King about doing this, and he reckons I'm going to lose a lot of moisture by doing it, but one way to find out. And if it doesn't work, I do have a load more comfrey here, and I do also have a load more around the back of the polytunnel. So if this doesn't work, I'm not losing out too much. So what I plan to do is get as much in the barrel as I can, and then keep adding to it. I'll keep the barrel elevated up with the tap turned on constantly, and that can just drip into another container. And then so I'll get the camera set up, get this comfrey cut back, and go from there. So that is one plant gone there. There's another 1 or 2 in there, but you can see we've got all that off that. So I'm going to go over this now quickly, get as much into that barrel as we can, and if there's more room I'll cut a bit more down. Right, well that didn't take too long, and that's broken that down quite a lot. I'd say that just over half full, so we'll get a bit more down, give it another go. I can see, yes, this stuff is soaking wet, but I don't think we're going to be losing an awful lot. Right, well, I think that went rather well. We filled the barrel up. Will it work? Don't know yet, but there's one way to find out. Hit that subscribe button and follow along. So, barrel is pretty much not quite full, don't want it all the way full, but that is all cut up nicely. I'd have never been able to cut that up by hand, look at. So I'm just going to add the lid. It's got a hole in it, so I can put the hose pipe on in it, but it doesn't matter about that. We'll keep this elevated up off the ground and get something underneath it to catch whatever comes out, and check back in a few days and see if we got anything, see if it's worth doing. If it's dropped quite a lot, I might cut the other one back. There is still one here. Bees can carry on enjoying that for a bit. I'll get this bit tidied up, but that frees up a lot more space here. It's taken over all the way up to where that orange cup is, and hopefully a bit more lighting for the carrots and the onions here. So it's been a few days since doing that, and this is where I decided I was going to keep it. So I've got the barrel, and I've just put the tap into this little container, and already you can see there's a bit in there. I'll have a look inside the barrel now. So you can see it's a lot darker. It does look like there might be a bit of water in there. I think a little bit might have got in here. Doesn't matter. That's dropped down quite a bit. Doesn't smell, and I think we can add some more into that. So I'll get some more added into that, get this set back up, and keep an eye on it. And as this fills up, I'll just empty it out into something else and see how much we get. Right, that's that set back up. I'll just put this back in front of it, stop anything knocking it over. But check back in on that in a few weeks, see how it does. And I've also cut this one back and put that into one of the older barrels, just with some water, just in case. But this one's growing again nicely. But we've cut one back from just here, and that was taking up all this space. No room for the dahlias. Hopefully they'll pick back up. And had a quick tidy up here. Right then guys, that is it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that video, and check back in a couple of months time see how much we can make out of that little barrel. But that is what I'm going to be feeding all these tomato plants. Bye for now.